All right, nerds, we have some movie news to get to. Before we do, just a real quick reminder, this is the movies section that comes from a much longer video that is up on the main channel. That much longer video is referred to as The Weekend Nerddom. I do it once a week. Every Wednesday it goes up approximately at Generally Nerdy on YouTube or Generally Nerdy on Rumble, wherever you so desire. But while you're here, let's talk about all of this movie news, shall we? Now let's talk about movies. Movies is going to be quick because we really only have two pieces to talk about. The Little Mermaid trailer came out, and that's the thing that we need to get off our chest. And then Evil Dead. Sam Raimi's chiming in on the Evil Dead. He might be producing, but we're going to get into Sam Raimi's future with Evil Dead. First up, though, let's talk about Little Mermaid. In the trailer, at least so far, it looks pretty bland. Like, I don't know, man. I'm trying to see past, like, all right, let's do a little bit of a nerd rant real quick, shall we? I don't care about race swapping characters to a certain degree. In this instance, because it is historical fiction, there is certain elements, and we've talked about this on the channel previously. The series Hollywood on HBO, or on Netflix rather, is a prime example of this. If you are changing history to any degree, I know this is fiction because mermaids don't exist. I'm not stupid. But if you're going back in time into a land where people of a darker complexion, let's say, were not exactly welcome, and you're giving one of your new characters a darker complexion and making her into a princess, by and large, for all intents and purposes, Ariel becomes a princess of the I don't remember exactly where the town or what kingdom it is or whatever. Might be France, might be England. I think it's left vague on purpose, but again, I haven't watched The Little Mermaid for 25 years. Yeah, so if you are changing a character, like, that needs to be addressed somehow. Like the whole Bridgerton situation is actually, they address it. They talk about, well, this is how we're writing this the historical fiction. It doesn't look like her skin color is going to be addressed and it should. If it were a new story that wasn't going back into this specific time in history, then yeah, I don't really care about the color of Ariel's skin. But again, we're doing historical fiction. So if you're putting it in a time in history, these things have to be addressed. You can't just do what kind of sort of looks like, and Javier Bardem as the Sea King looks pretty cool. But again, like, he's not going to the surface to be part of that world, right? So him being race swapped is irrelevant. It's fine. It is what it is. But Halle Berry, I think is her name, being a black character in olden days, I believe, again, France, she would be stolen and like sent off into slavery. Like, how is this hard to understand? I don't know. I'm just, again, going off on a little bit of a side tangent rant situation because it could be a good movie. I just don't think they're going to do the things required to make it a good movie. So yeah, that's what we got there. That's, I guess, my thoughts on it, and now I'm gonna get hung out to dry on the internet. Yeah, there you go. So that's what we got for trailers. Let's talk about some regular ass news. We're talking Evil Dead. Sam Raimi coming back to the franchise. I know he never really left because he's executive producing the reboot sequel thing that's going on, that's coming out very soon. But also he said in an interview with Empire that not only is he not done with the franchise, but he might be directing again in the future. And if that happens, then we're probably going to be seeing Bruce Campbell, the one and only, in the Evil Dead once again. I thought Bruce Campbell was retired. This is so crazy. If we get more about this, we'll be talking about it for sure. But that's all we really got about the future of the Evil Dead series. I might have just said The Walking Dead. If I did, I apologize. I meant to say Evil Dead because Evil Dead is what Sam Raimi did. Frank Darabont does The Walking Dead, and that's a whole different thing. Yeah, so that's what we got for regular ass news. Let's talk about movie suggestion for the week, and that is the Holy Trilogy. Go watch the 3 first Star Wars movies. Remind yourself why you fell in love with that franchise. If you've never seen them, then maybe you'll understand why all the, quote, haters are a little upset about the current state of Star Wars, because those movies are great. Very specifically, Empire Strikes Back, probably one of the greatest movies ever freaking made. So if you haven't, go watch it. If you haven't for a while, go watch it again. If you keep it on rotation, good on ya. Once again, nerds, that was a short section that comes from a longer video on the main channel, Generally Nerdy, YouTube or Rumble. Take your pick. I'm on both. You can go find it there. You can go find all of the other news there as well, including the live episode. We do a live episode roughly once a week, every Friday evening. You can join the conversation live, or you can just leave comments here on this one or any of the other ones you find on the Clips channel. Thank you very much, nerds. We've got other news to discuss in other videos, but while we're getting out of here, don't forget that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.